Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, today we are going to talk about inviting good fortune when you get bad news. So, for you to get the most from today's Rise and Receive, I invite you to just connect with, and maybe if you care to share one word, two words in the comments to really activate the power of invitation, put in a word or two about either bad news that you've just received or recently received, or if you haven't gotten any bad news recently, a problem that you're trying to solve. Okay, because one of the things that happens is when we have a problem in our lives that we're trying to solve and we really don't know how to go about solving it, in our minds, whether we're conscious of it or not, we think of it as bad news. So take a moment to just connect with that. And again, type in the comments because that just lets us both activate the power of invitation, and then I can connect with how to even tailor today's Rise and Receive so it's most relevant for you. If you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about teaching people how to receive because receiving is its own skill set. And if you don't know how to receive, if it sounds like a nice idea, but you actually really can't identify what does that mean, it might be because you are like many of us who have really learned kind of the polar opposite of that, the polarity to receiving, which is to do or hunt or pursue. Because what receiving actually is, it's a state of being. It's about being. So when we over rely on doing and we really don't know the power of being, then we stay in hunter hard work mode, but we don't know how to actually stop and receive all that life is offering. We're going to illuminate that today. So what I do each morning at Rise and Receive is I pull one card from my brand new Receive card deck. I will kind of put the spotlight on a receiving principle and then send you off on your day with a willingness mantra, which does indeed activate the power of invitation. So something that I'm really passionate about is also having this be super relevant to your life. So what inspired today's card is this. Yesterday, I went to my P.O. box for my business mail, and I discovered a surprise tax bill of several $1,000s. Thank you very much. And so I had an opportunity, which is what I always do. I practice what I preach. And all of this receiving that I teach came out of about a 10-year chapter of life where I had back-to-back hardships. So you could also say that I kept getting bad news, all right? And it included things like death, divorce, a legal dispute. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can always go to my receivecourse.com page, and there's a nice story about how all of this wisdom came to be. So I've gotten a lot of training. I kind of think of it as I've taken the PhD course. I got volunteered for it to learn about receiving. And so over that time, I've learned how to respond to bad news in a way that's really powerful in inviting good fortune instead of getting caught up in the challenge of it. So what I invite you to do is take a moment to think about your particular topic, that area of life where you have experienced bad news or received it, or a problem that you're stuck with, and see if you can just connect for a moment with what's the immediate reaction when you get bad news. If you can slow down what happens in your inner world, take a moment to see what happens inside of you. Okay? So what I'm going to put the spotlight on is there's usually two things. Okay? The first thing that happens when you get bad news, because if you're thinking of it as bad news, you're reacting a certain way. You perceive it as bad. Okay? So the first thing that happens is a feeling. There's a feeling in your body. And then the second thing that happens is you go into your head and you try to solve it as if it were a problem. Oh no, this is bad news. What do I do? And it happens like that. It's so fast that we've learned it. Okay, so we've learned the struggle that's involved in that. Okay, now the thing that causes us to continue to be stuck in manifesting something better, that continues to have a struggle, is that the moment you have that feeling and get into problem solving mode, the space that is necessary in order to receive, I want you to think of yourself, if you want to be a fortunate receiver, I want you to think of yourself as a bowl, okay? A bowl has a space in which to receive. Now, when that bowl is empty, there's plenty of space to receive whatever you want to put into it. But when that bowl is full, there's no space to receive anything else. So the moment that you have a feeling and you get into problem solving mode, the space is now filled with problem. Problem, problem, problem. So you're trying to figure out the problem, and we get lost in our minds. I would say struggle begins in the mind. And what we try to do with our feelings is we want to make the bad feelings go away. That's our knee-jerk reaction. So I feel bad. I need to fix this problem so that the bad feelings go away. So that whole thing becomes a battle. And that space in which you want to receive something like a solution, like good news, like a new possibility, is filled with problem. And it's going to stay filled with problem and discomfort of the feelings until you receive it instead. One of the things I always say is, if you are stuck in your manifestation efforts, it's because there's something you're not receiving. So then what is receiving actually? Receiving is not about getting, because if you think about getting, you get something, you catch it, and then you hold on to it because you're afraid of losing it. Another bad feeling. Oh no, I got this great thing. Now I might lose it. More problem. Receiving is about letting things move through you, experiencing them fully, and then keeping the space open so that that flow moves through your life. All right? So today's card that I pulled, which inspired that whole teaching, is receive joy. Receive joy. So let me just highlight this one piece that I've been talking about. When you understand that all of life is right here, right now, that nothing is missing and it's all available to you, then you can experience it by allowing it to flow to you and through you. Not only can you open up to the joy that is always available, but you also begin to trust that life always offers kindness. So, the way to invite good fortune when you get bad news is to notice. Awareness is the key to everything with receiving. Notice that there's a feeling and that you're problem solving, okay? And instead of getting stuck in problem solving, simply receive it. Receive everything that comes in. So that would look like this. You'd say, I just got a tax bill. I'm going to feel that feeling fully. Frustration or anxiety or, oh my God, what is this? What happened? So you feel it in your body and you breathe into it. You let it be here. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to do anything. Just let it be here with compassion and take some breaths. Because receiving is about taking time and space rather than hunter mode, rather than fix it mode. We slow things down. And then you can receive your thoughts. Oh no, I don't want to spend this money. I had it allocated for something else. Oh no, what does this mean? I did something wrong when I filed my taxes. Oh no, what did I not know? What's this really about? Now think about your problem or your bad news. Let it be here. What's the thought you're thinking? Breathe it in. Let it be here. What are you feeling in your body? Breathe it in. Let it be here. Just keep receiving it. When you let it be here, here's what happens. When you let it be here, it will not stay here. It will do what it came here to do. It will pass. The one thing that's constant in the universe is change. It will pass. Okay? And as you breathe, you will notice something will shift. You will notice that. Give yourself time, give yourself space, suspend judgment that this thing that happened is good or bad. Just let it all be here. And if you have thoughts and feelings, just keep receiving them, let them be here. And then finally, as you feel something shift, because it will, then you can extend an invitation to the universe. Okay? I am willing. Willingness is how we invite. I am willing for a solution to arise easily. I am willing to feel better, even if I don't know how to get there. I'm willing to believe that there's a effortless possibility that I can't conceive of. I am willing to be pleasantly surprised. Those are all invitations for good fortune. And the invitation that comes with this card around joy is this. So feel free to modify it. I am willing to expand my capacity to receive the joy that is right here, right now. I am willing to expand my capacity to receive, fill in the blank, the joy, the peace, the resolution that is right here, right now. All right? So I hope that was helpful. And I have a further invitation for you. For those of you who've been coming by each morning, I've been talking about the vision workshop that I'm going to be offering in the month of October. It's ready to go. The doors have opened. There's space for 25, actually only 20 now because 5 seats have been claimed. But if you would like to learn an incredibly powerful tool for being an invitation for good fortune by creating a vision for a particular area of life or for your whole life, and you want to be guided through this process that I've been using for more than 20 years with my clients, where they see really powerful results on the inner world of peace, clarity, and confidence, as well as outer world manifestations that come in, I hope you'll join me. It's virtual. I've made it very accessible. I want it to be available for those who want it and need it. $97. And you can go to ReceiveClarity.com. So I hope you got something that you can take into your day today with any bad news that is current, or maybe something that you've been chewing on for a while, to let the energy move and invite good fortune. And please join me again tomorrow at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.